Hello, guys and gals. Wyman Ryder here. I think we're just gonna go on a quick ride and test out something here, and I'll show you here. Get up a little further through some of this traffic here. I think I'm just gonna turn and go up this way. Alright, anyway. This can take you out so we can test out these brake pads I put on the back. I'd actually purchased these a while back, but they wouldn't fit in the brake caliper. And I apologize if the wind noise is too loud, because man, it's like really windy. I try to wait late in the day and let it die down some, but it's still pretty windy out. But anyway, I'm trying to test out these brakes. And let's see. If you notice something, you didn't hear the squeak. That was just using the rear brakes, because I haven't changed the front ones. And they never squeak quite as bad as the rear ones, but they both do it. And my theory is I really begin to think it is the brake pads themselves. I think they're those centered type brake pads, because they seem to be all metallic pretty much. Those are like, I guess, 60% or something like that, so they're really hard and they last a long time and they work well. They just make lots of noise, which is the downside to them, of course. So anyway, I bought these Mile V4 ones a while back. Like I said, they wouldn't quite slide in there, a little bit too wide to fit in the caliper. So I bought a Dremel tool, and I trimmed them down on each side, just like a millimeter maybe at most. I'd say almost together, maybe a millimeter. And then they slid right in there the way they should. So after I was able to get them in there, and I've been testing them out. I rode this bike to work today, and so far, I haven't heard the squeak anymore. So far, like I said, it's only been a day though, so that's why I figured I'd take it out a little further and see what it does. And see, those are just using the back brakes, and I hear nothing now. If I use the front ones, see, they're pretty good too. Like I said, I never really had much trouble with them. Every once in a while, they do squeak. Yeah, these back ones seem much better, and I have a lot more brake lever now too. It seems those pads are thicker, but they are semi-metallic. Instead of the centered pads, which are mostly metallic, 60%. Not sure what semi is. I'm assuming maybe 30 or something like that. I'm not sure. There's a lot of different types, and it didn't really specify on those. So what I'm going to do next is I looked on Amazon again, and I found another brand on there I'll try. And I'll try to change the front one with that one, and we'll see how all those do. But so far, I've been pretty happy with these rear ones, even though I couldn't slide them in there, and they're a little bit too big. So I tried a little bit different type. So we'll see if they slide in there without having to grind them down. Because eventually I was told by Bryson at Go Power Bikes that they will sell replacement ones on the Go Power Bikes website, but he didn't specify what type they would be, so I don't know if they'll be more like the ones that came on it, the centered ones. I hope not. I'm hoping they'll give us different types, It would be nice to get the organic resin or the semi-metallic like I put on here. So they'll be quieter. And these I put on here, these Mylons seem to work really well. I mean, stopping power is pretty good on them. I can't tell a lot of difference between those and the centered pads that come on it. You see, they work pretty well. And no squeaks so far. So anyway, that's pretty much all I was doing. I wanted to take a little bit different path than normal, but as you see, there was a bit of traffic around the neighborhood right now. I don't know where all these people are going, but much quieter down the hill. That's why I like coming down here. Not usually many people down here. But yeah, that's fantastic. No squeak so far. So they had stopped after I had fixed those other pads, but I think that was part of the problem with those the ones that came on it, since they didn't put the rear caliper from the factory together right. I think it kind of might have damaged that one too, and I think that's one reason why it just never wanted to work right and wanted to squeak so much. Because when I took them off, I mean, there were a couple of spots in there that were really rough looking. Like something had really worn in just a couple of spots. It's really strange the way that those had worn. And I cleaned them up and they didn't look quite as bad, but they were still like, I'd almost see like pitted in places. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to change the front ones too with a different brand, and we'll see which works better. I'm pretty happy with these other ones so far, even though they didn't fit in there, but I made them fit. Yeah, I kind of forced them to fit. Go down here, I've been down here. This dirt road down here. This is like a skate park. Not too old to do that. Kid wanted me to wheelie it. That spun out a little bit for him. I'm too old for that. Too old, too fat, too out of shape. Yeah, these brakes are working great. So far, so good. Oh yeah, also, just gonna do a little quick discussion about some new things coming out. If you guys saw, first, I think everybody knows by now the E-Cell's back, a 5-star, and they also have a step-through version of that too. But I think they call that the Step Star, which looks nice too. But my only issue with it is maybe just the lack of the rear suspension. It looks like no. I think the 5-star would be the better choice of the two. But fantastic looking bikes. Yeah, they look a lot. Some people say, "Oh, they look like the wired and stuff," but actually, when you look close at them, they don't. And look what we got here. We got us some deer. Just hanging out in the neighborhood. They do that a lot. But anyway, the 5-star looks really nice, and what really sets it apart from say like the wired and pretty much any of the other bikes is customization. Man, you can really customize those things. I mean, there's 2 frame choices and a lot of other stuff. Um, I mean, different shocks, put extra battery, or you can get extra batteries, but you can put the secondary battery that goes on the back. Just pretty cool to extend the range. And yeah, a few other things. I mean, like I said, a lot of options. You should definitely check it out. Definitely looks like a good product. And it's a veteran-owned company, so always like to support my fellow veterans. Maybe one day I'll get one. I'd like to, but just don't have the money to get everything. Gotta pick and choose. I've been really happy with these goat bikes, but there might be another one in my future too, but I can't talk about that yet. But we'll see what I end up getting. And I'll hope you like this video, and please consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.